Thank you, Mr. President, colleagues, and a few guests. I just rise to speak about something on my spirit. You know, politics aside, the politics of the day and last week, I had wrote this long statement, wrong thing about emotional, about my view of hope. And I was going to talk about the past month and the massive amount of loss of life in my metro Detroit. And as of Monday, I lost probably, boy, they got this clock on, 27th person who passed away to the COVID-19 virus, and how this invisible threat has devastated my community, magnifying disparities of health care and the historical policies of racism, yet and still I'm a hopeful person. I believe in people, and many people, thousands of people have tested positive and went home, and healthcare folks have done their due diligence. But I also stand on the three tenets that have got me where I am today: being physically fit, mentally awake, and morally straight, and how my imperfect path has led me to this chamber. My village elder, William C. Gary, he is a person I emulate before he passed on, instilling in me the measures to navigate the world of racism, insensitive offenses, and hold myself with respect, manhood, to continue to uplift the community and having courage to stand up for what's right. I operate on a simple moral value system: integrity, civility with dignity. In my short time here in Lansing, though, there has been far too many unfortunate incidents of disrespect and insensitivity. But what's even more hurtful to my spirit is the overall acceptance, condoning, and justification of these transgressions without impunity or apology. Two of my colleagues spoke eloquently yesterday about the recent incident right here in this chamber. They spoke about the pain, and you know, black people got PTSD, and this from a lot of things. So no one wants to acknowledge or hold each other accountable or own up to the wrongs unless it's a political tactic used to leverage the other party or the governor, but not when it's just about being human and decent. Ironically, I was born on the 4th of July. I hear everybody talking about these great documents, the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. We talk all of these things about living the creed and living life and pursuit of happiness. The double irony is I was born in 1967, just days before the riots, the civil unrest, where there was no social justice, an era of racial disparity due to the unwillingness to just simply treat people with respect, dignity, or fairness without judgment of their ebony hue. I've lived through all kinds of crises. I've lived through just growing up in Detroit was a crisis. I've lived in DC through 9/11 and the anthrax scares. I've lived in Florida through multiple hurricanes: Charlie, Francis, Ivan, Jean, Rita, Wilma. And during these disasters, folks take to partisanship to play politics with people's lives. And nothing good has come from it in any of those scenarios. There is a difference in doing things right than doing the right thing. So I want to just leave the chamber with another poem that I have led my life by. And this is not to any one particular person or party. This is for both chambers to hear, the world to hear as you publish this. But it's from my good brother, Langston Hughes. I'd rather see a sermon than hear one any day. I'd rather walk with me than just to show the way. The eye is a better pupil and more willing than the ear. Advice may be misleading, but examples are always clear. And the very best of teachers are the ones who live their creed. For to see good put into action is what everybody needs. I can soon learn to do it if you let me see it done. I can watch your hand in motion, but your tongue too fast may run. and the lectures you deliver may be very fine and true. However, I'd rather get my lesson by observing what you do. For I may misunderstand you and the fine advice you give, but there is no misunderstanding how you act and how you live. So for me to remain hopeful, because I have high expectations of this chamber, and where respect and accountability and diplomacy are to hope, I believe in people. I need to believe in this chamber that there is some humanity and a sense of morality, a moral understanding that we as a body are working not just for equality, but equity and the greater good on behalf of every resident in the great state of Michigan. Help me fulfill that obligation, and I'm gone.